A lot of ex-military people, we kind of talk about just needing a hand up, not a helping hand. So as soon as you give somebody a little bit of support, then they give back tenfold. So I'm really proud to be an ambassador for the Open University's Disabled Veterans Scholarship Fund. I was invited by the then director of the Open University in Scotland because I live in Scotland and study through the Open University there. Part of that is just explaining to people, be they donors, be they other students or academic staff, or even potential students, actually this is a great way to further your education, further your career, and be a real live example of how that's made a difference. I was in the British Army through the 1990s to 2000. I was specifically in the Army Medical Services, initially starting as a nurse. I qualified before going into the military, having trained in the Royal Infirmary in Edinburgh and specialised in critical care. But my war role essentially was battlefield trauma. So that was frontline resuscitation and treatment of people who'd been injured in combat. I acquired my disability really through a combat injury. So initially a blast and shrapnel injury while I was in Bosnia. Changing from the military to civilian life is quite a culture shock, and it is for a lot of people. I was also brought up in a military family, so even as a child, I was kind of used to that world. I think one thing that a lot of service people struggle with, and I did, was translating what your skill set is into a civilian kind of counterpart. And I think a lot of people also underestimate the skill set that comes with having served in the military at whatever level you're at. So things like resilience, organisational skills, time management. And then quite often when you transfer from the military into civilian life, you may have been abroad, you've been a part of a regimental family or a ship or an establishment where you've got a lot of friends and family and you're used to kind of moving around every couple of years. So getting the kids into school, finding a dentist, finding a GP, all of that kind of stuff you didn't really have to do before. But education is an important part because you may not know your local university, you may not know your local schools, you don't know how to kind of access that education that you may need to either translate skills or further your education to progress in your career. So when looking at the options for things to study at the Open University through the Disabled Veterans Scholarship Fund, for me the Masters in Business Administration, the MBA, was really an aspiration, but something that I thought would be the perfect fit. You know, having a triple accredited MBA does add to your CV, but for me it was really about the learning. I just wanted to understand, and I think as you get older as well, I think a lot of people get curious and you realise how much there is to learn out there. You know, maybe when I was in my 20s I thought I knew everything. I think as I get older I think how much I don't know. Part of the damage I received with my blast injury has a kind of neurological impact. So in terms of memory recall, sometimes the function of my hands, typing is not that great. So the Open University was great in terms of connecting you with specialist people. I engaged initially with the Open University Scotland where I'm based, and we had a local liaison person there who could access and navigate throughout the university. Part of the beauty of disability is that it's so diverse. Nobody's disability is the same as the next person's, and that personal support was great, and it enables people with disability to not see that as a hurdle, but actually to see it as enabling, and then you can reach the potential just like every other student. This really counts.